Alright guys, welcome back. We are going to be playing some more Elemental Reforged, and we'll just go and load our game in and then we'll get into it. So in we go. Yeah, I'm really loving this game. It's just a game I just can't stop playing at the moment. Yeah, it's funny actually. It's just it's a game that I thought I'd find it like just the feel of it too old, but it really doesn't. It really plays so well. I mean, there's certainly some polish that needs to be, a lot of polish that needs to be put into it. Of course, it's still very, very early on in its development or its redevelopment. Very cool. Anyway, this is sponsored content, so thank you, Stardock, for sponsoring this one. And also, there is actually a tracking link to take you to the Elemental Steam page. If you do want to click on that one to have a look at the actual Steam documentation. There's a lot of dev diaries. There's a lot of communication. Actually, I've got to say, Stardock is extremely good with communicating to its community. Through things like the Steam forum, etc., and also through the devlogs. So anyway, let's keep on going. So we are playing as Reslin, and we're actually doing fairly well at the moment. I was thinking of declaring war back up here and taking this. But I think I'm going to let it go for a little bit longer. I just don't think I'm strong enough yet to be able to really take on Gildan. But we will be wanting to. They're warm. They shouldn't really be warm towards us. Why would you be warm? Who knows? Yeah, that's... I find that they're a little bit friendly, the way the AI plays. On the map itself, we're only sort of really just done maybe a sixth of the map, having a bit of a look around. We don't know too much about what's going on around us. We have a weak bandits army in through here. We'll just do one thing I do hope that they do bring in at some stage is the ability to be able to save scum as you fight, particularly if you're going to do an auto battle. I will actually click on, is that one? We've got no more movement there. Let's just go and press tab. Got this group in through here, which is has got like a large bound widow. Now, I was trying to keep them safe from something, and I forget what it was. Got wolves, and we have Darkling Warrior Army there. We're not very strong here. This is where I do need to start to sort of build things up a little bit. Well, we can just keep on going and getting loot, I guess. More old spears. God, we're finding a lot of old spears. We can sort of ditch them if we wanted to. Really trying to find at the moment a place where I can, like, just settlement areas. We didn't find too many of them. So let's just keep on exploring, and looks like there's a mountain range there that sort of is going to be the edge of the map, I would imagine. Okay, tab again. And then we've got Blackstead. No construction through here. This is actually where I'm starting to now think that... this is ultimately going to be our best place for building troops, but we still want to be building up the what we can then go and do. So there's things like the training yard, for example, will give us trained units accuracy and also a training discount. 11 turns to get that one through there. The forge is going to give us trained unit defense of +2. So these are things that I really want to have in here before we end up with too much. Now this is also going to be good because I'm going to be able to push down towards these. Let's get the forge first of all, just to get more defense into the actual force. It didn't push the borders down. The monument, actually that would have been the better way to go. I might just throw that one in as well. And we'll rush that one. So we'll move that one further to the front, just so we can try to get these contiguous. Done. All right, so that's going to then hopefully sort of link up with the capital. That's going to then affect the unrest in a very positive way, which will make me even better for building things. I do need to get across. Where do I need to go? I need to go north as well. There's a few different areas. There's a lot of areas around here that we do need. Crystal Crag, we can build on that one. Not critical though for this particular city. I'll let that one go for just a little while. Let's go and press tab. So we have a smallish city over through here which has only just been settled. So we will go back and build in. We can get logging camps in here. So production per material goes up by a little bit, so not a hell of a lot. The merchants, I can only do a little bit with this as well. Just have to sort of move them back. And that's all okay. So we're now in the next phase. Just press tab again. And we are now attacking the bandits in through here. So I'll just do an auto resolve with this one. Yep, no real issues there. Zymoff just went up another level, which is great. One thing we haven't had a look at is the Dynasties, to see how we're going with that one. Hi, Gekaloo, saying, is this a mod or a new game? It's a new game. It's actually the Elemental, if you don't know the history of Elemental came out, 15 years ago, I think it is, initially, and it was very, very, it tried to do too much at that time and just couldn't really do everything it had to do. It had a pretty rocky launch. It didn't actually launch very well at all, just because it was sort of very, very unbalanced at the time, and just didn't. The mechanics didn't really sort of work all that well in the game, even though there was a lot of very, very innovative things in it. Like, for example, most games now, when you zoom out, you end up with a simplified map. Elemental was the first game that brought that in as an example, so that it had a lot of great stuff in it. What they then did was to fix it. They then made They made Fallen Enchantress, which essentially was built from the best parts of Elemental at that stage, and that was a really, really solid game. And then they brought in another game, which was Sovereign Kings, I think it was. That was more to do with quests and more role play. And so what they've done with Elemental Reforged is take the best of all three, bring them together, and then are building stuff up. So there's a lot of stuff in this game that Fallen Enchantress didn't have. It's the best of Fallen Enchantress with a whole lot of other stuff sort of added in. So, for example, it's got like a system down in here for crafting, which Sovereign Kings had, but not any of the others. And it also has a Dynasty system, which was actually part of the original plan for Elemental, but was never really sort of implemented fully. So they're just starting to flesh these things out now. So it's a sort of like, it's not just a remaster. It's well beyond that. It really is and so it's a hard one to sort of try to pin down as to what would you call it. And initially I was a bit sort of thinking, if it's just a remaster, call it a remaster, not a reforged. Because it has been, everything has been upgraded in the actual game itself a lot. There's been a lot of work actually done to make the coding of the game so much stronger. But it is actually one of these games where where it's sort of like when you first look at it, you think, oh, this is just Fallen Enchantress, but it's actually well beyond that. There's actually a blog post, I think, that's on Steam that actually gives you the list of all the differences between the other three games and this game. And this game has got double the content basically of the others, which is awesome. So it's a great game. So it's got the best of all the different other games as such. Anyway, we've just got a level up for our heroine, Zymoff. Now we've sort of been tracking along here. We can get fast, +1 initiative. Gambler Strike, so attack has a 50% chance to do triple damage and a 50% chance to miss. That's a bit of a bad one, actually. Might leave that one alone. But what does that one then lead to? True Strike. Attacks which never misses and does 75% of the unit's normal damage. Ooh. I guess that's actually something you have a choice to play. Precision then leads to Vital Strike, which then leads to Eviscerate. Vital Strike's in through there again. We do critical damage. This one just goes down another tree where you get better and better precision. Down through this other side with the initiative, you end up getting Shadow Shift, so trade place with an enemy unit and then takes another action, which is pretty cool. And then down through here, Charge. Now we are playing as an assassin, so we do sort of have different abilities. Bleed, so allows the unit to use the Bleed special ability. Okay, so there is different abilities back and through there. We also then have Take Aim, so ability that grants +4 stamina. And Assassin Strike, attacks that does +3 attack per stamina. Consumes all the stamina. That's actually not bad as well. We also have, of course, Chainmail, but I don't actually have any Chainmail yet. So we'll use the take aim, I think. So they've just killed off those bandits. This is a fairly strong faction. Now this is, who is that? That is with Umbar. So that's one of their heroes. And I was trying to just come back up into here to sort of to take out defenders that were in this top region. And a death scroll. Alright, we've leveled up to level 3, which is good. So we now are growing again fairly well in here. So this is the Guild Grosser. So we can either get the Guild Grosser, focus on hit points for all your units by 5%. Slums, which increases the growth of your city by 3, but also increases unrest by 10, which I don't want to be doing that one. And increase the amount of guild produced when a city is producing wealth. I think I'm going to go the Guild Warehouse. These have all got sort of like unique buildings and stuff like that as well that then gets associated with them. There's, to put this into perspective, there's 3 different, so Kekoglu is in saying the maps randomly generated. Yes, they are. I should show that actually. What I'll do is I'll get and save this. But this is actually where the cities level up. The cities have got 3 different classes. There's a conclave, which is magical, a fortress, which is more to do with troops and fighting, and then you've got towns, which is all to do with sort of raising money. And so in this case, this is what this is, and this has gone from a town. Now we have to sort of start to get the next requirement for it. And I think I'm going to go Guild Warehouse just to get more sort of money coming back in. We're doing fairly well with the money, which means we're going to be able to rush build if we need to. This is our capital back into here. I'll just do a quick save. So Control S, and I'll just go out and show you the start. So if I just go back into the main menu, go into New Game, just go to Yes. So technically there are pre-made maps, but no one plays with them. I don't think anyway. So you can either take one of the characters or build a new one. We're playing as the Wraiths, which have got like a different sort of ability. So you've got a lot of choices here as to how you set up your character. The game is very character-driven as much as it is faction-driven. So the characters are really important in this game. And then Resilin itself is the actual faction that we're playing. So we've got like Adept. So faction starts with a shard harvesting, and we start with an additional 40 mana. So we can sort of do a bit more magic right at the very, very start. Death Worship, so unlocks the Dirge of Ceresa, a death spell, unlocks Grave Seal, preventing resurrection, unlocks Corruption, the spell that damages and weakens, unlocks Infection, a spell that causes all negative spells on a unit to spread to all its allies. So so we're sort of like a Wraith faction. Binding, so this faction gains Burning Wraiths, Crow Demons, Mirror Elementals. So we have these unique elementals we can bring in as well. And then the Cult of 100 Eyes, we also then bring in different spiders as well. So we have access to spiders, access to demons, and other different bits and pieces playing as this particular character. So this is who we're playing at the moment. And I don't know what Mistwalker is. So Wraith Blood as well. We're a bit weaker, but we have extra dodge. We then get to choose different abilities for our faction. Actually, there's no armor there as well. So this faction can't craft any armor beyond leather. Champions are still able to use leather. They're still able to use armor they find. So our actual base units are going to be weak. So we have to be aware of that, which means we're going to need to use magic a lot. So the leather armor is actually a bit of an issue. Now, the opposite of that is also one of the evil factions, which are the Trogs. So the Trogs are like a faction that is more to do with like orcs, if you think of them that way. So Trog Blood, they can train juggernauts. They've got all sorts of different abilities. They've got unique sort of weapons that they use. So these are very, very tough, very, very strong. So the characters play out differently. They are still all human-based, but they are... And the reason for that is that they've now got a Dynasty system in the game where a Trog and a Wraith, for example, can can essentially marry and then start to have children. So the dynasty system will then allow the best of both parents to then sort of start to be prevalent, and that's where we are at the moment with our faction. So, but they're all different. Like then there's people through here. This is like one of the human, traditional human players. Mansa is like a different type of human. There's Saressa herself, another Wraith. Then you've got, this is a group that actually has got Tarth blood, which essentially is, which is a sort of like more of a ranger type. Anyway, it just goes all the way through the different sorts of different units that you actually have to then sort of play with, but you can create your own as well. So it's very, very simple to go and do that one. So Ian is then saying, is this early access or full release? It's early access with a lot of development still to be done, and with a lot of, I guess, requests from what the audience, or not what the audience, but what the players want. So StarDoc is actually looking for feedback, so they can implement things. They're in a phase where they've got like the broad scope of what they're trying to build, but they're actually now wanting to find out what people like about the game and what they don't like, so they can actually make changes. They're very, very heavily into the development of the game at the moment. This is a game, I've got to say, like in terms of it being in early access, is it's going to be early access. I think in this game will be done very, very well, for the simple reason that it will actually, everyone will be able to then push things forward, which is actually pretty cool. So, Kegoglu is then saying it's still early access on Steam. It will be early access for a little while, I think. And I actually think even after it's built, after it's finished, I think it will still just stay in development. Like Brad Wardell, the CEO of StarDoc, this is his baby. Like this is actually something that he feels he's loved this game ever since the first one came out. He's very, very hands-on with it, and so he's really pushing different things into it. So expect a lot from this game. Expect a hell of a lot. From that perspective, this is actually something where it's a passion project for Brad, from StarDoc. So, which is great, which is really, really great. We're quite lucky to sort of have that aspect of it coming in. Anyway, let's just go and click on next. So I'll just play as this one through here. You've got different sort of settings with your world in through this other side. You can, if you don't want to go random, you can load in different maps. So there are maps that people have actually created, but I don't know anyone that plays these, to be honest. Like it's sort of, it's sort of one of those things. And the other thing is that there is now workshop support, which only just came in this week, 2 days ago. So you can now go and download maps as well. So you can actually go back into the, into the workshop and actually download maps that other people have made if you're wanting to. Or you can actually just go and play the random maps in through this other side. So there's a lot of replay value in it. You've got all sorts of different settings in here for the world. I won't sort of go through what they all are. Back in through here, you then actually have the opposition. You can either be very particular about who you're going to then go and choose, how they're going to sort of be coming into the actual game itself, with any of the characters that you've actually then gone and created, including some that are sort of hidden away. So you actually do have like a whole heap of different people that you can bring in to actually then fight against if you're wanting to, and the game will then sort of generate from there. Anyway, that's I'll just go and click on done and go back and back and back. But that's so the maps are random. Just go back and load our game in again. But there's more and more stuff being built, and with the workshop support, actually I should have shown that as well. The workshop support is, I think that will become very, very strong in this game, just because they're really making the game so much more accessible than it was originally. I haven't tested the 3D, building 3D elements with it just yet, but that's sort of on the way as well. Six saying, love this game. Yeah, it's a great, great game. It's a game that, as I said before, I thought I'd find it just feeling too old, but I really, really love it. And it's sort of, I had a chance, I'm actually wearing an Elemental shirt. This was, I've visited StarDoc a few months ago, and got to have a look at Elemental when it, like the very, very initial one, but I only got to play it for 15 minutes, and I wasn't that impressed because I didn't really get to play much of it at all, and I thought, it's just Fallen Enchantress, but it's not. It's actually so much more, and so when I had the opportunity, when I got back to Australia, and actually then sort of like a month or so later, got my hands on the actual pre-build of it and got to play it, I couldn't stop playing. This is actually my go-to game for relaxation at the moment, and it has been for months. I just love it. It's just it's sort of funny. It's not even the nostalgia of playing Fallen Enchantress. It's actually just that the game itself has got very, very good pacing. Anyway, let's get back into it. And but yeah, please sing out with any questions. If I don't see something that you've written, please just do an @DasTactic. Particularly in Twitch, it beeps at me and makes it go coloured red. In YouTube, it does colour it red, but I do miss them a little bit more in YouTube because it doesn't actually make it doesn't beep at me when there's a request. Anyway, we're just going to keep on clearing things out. This is a Bandit Captain's army. We do actually have, like, we're fairly strong with our particular force. This one here is a bit weaker, but only by a little bit. There is another bandit army there. We want to clear out all the stuff that's near our territory. They do have a Scath, a Maya Scath in here, which is going to be a little bit more difficult. Let's just, again, just do a quick save. As I say, there's no save scum, and I think it would actually be beneficial to have save scumming in it. The battle system is very, very simple. It comes down mainly to choke points, to sort of stopping different things from actually coming through different choke points. So, for example, Zymoth, the leader, can go in and do different things. Now, she's fairly strong. She's got 35 hit points. It's not dramatically strong, but she does actually have a whole lot of different abilities back into here. So I'm going to go and set up like a system where they hopefully can't sort of break through too easily. So I'm going to go and start here, I think. Might put her in the middle. That will open up this gap a little bit, I think. Now we've just poisoned them. And then we have this one here. I wanted to have it so that this one couldn't get attacked too much. This one's got 31 hit points, but no defense. So now when they are next to each other, I then have the ability. This one will then help the fight. So the Shadow Warg, which is a magical unit that we sort of had summoned in at the start of the game, and is slowly sort of leveling up. It's up to level 5 now, which gives it a lot more hit points and a lot more abilities. It does have an attack of 12, so I can double click these, by the way, and bring up what this actually does have, like all the different bits and pieces. So it's got 3 moves in through there, defense of 0, so it really can't absorb attacks. It takes a lot of damage. Initiative is how early it moves. So in the the higher the initiative, the earlier it moves, and this is what we see on the side through here. So in round 1, different units, because of their abilities, will move into here. Then we actually have round 2 running back up through this other side to see which order they're all going to actually have their movement. So the Maya Scath will come in fairly soonish, so we'll have to sort of watch for that one. This is all based on the initiative. Dodge is just how much likely it's is going to be to miss, like things are going to be to miss it. It's attacking through here. This is actually the actual damage that it will then go and do. Actually, no, that might be to hit. Actually, the spell resistance back and through this other side is resisting spells. That's the 2 hit. The accuracy of 80. So we have you can see their base value of 75, and then because it's level 5, it's getting +5. And spell mastery, it doesn't really have spells, but that's essentially, the attack is 12. That's going to be the damage that it tries to do. So you'll see both will actually help. And one did dodge out of the way. And see how much damage came back into into that leader, into that unit. Now this is actually Darian. This is the husband of Zymoth, who'd sort of come back in. I'm just going to go and place him here. They will then block off the Maya Scath. The Maya Scath may go after him. He's only got 28 points, but he does actually have a defense there of 8. So we'll just go and do a bit more. That's one of the units down. That's going to be now. They had like 3 different attacks. Yeah, that wasn't too bad actually. That's not bad at all. And then these guys here are sort of like just militia forces that we picked up. So we're just going to go and throw these in here. We sort of found them in a quest. Hardly any damage. The Maya Scath is quite strong. I can click on the... we'll just wait and see what happens through here. This one's poisoned. If I double click the Maya Scath, I can then see what it's got. So it's got a defense of 5, initiative of 19. Now we're down to half the Zymorph. Then we actually have the Shadow Warg. We have the Bandit Captain, which is in here. Then we actually have Sev. Oh, Sev is this one here. Sorry, even though it says Darian, it's actually Sev. It's been renamed. So when Sev comes in, or if he comes in, and if that character gets killed or badly injured, then he gets banned from the chat. Did the combat change in anything? So no, it's still fairly simple, like in terms of Fallen Enchantress. I'm going to go and I can poison the captain, or I can go this way. I think what I'll do is I'm going to go and hit that one, try to get rid of the Scath. I'm going to move this guy out of the way and pass. So all three are helping to fight the Scath. Now Zymorph has got a second attack coming back in. Let's get rid of the Scath. Actually, I might get rid of these two. Just get rid of one of the units. These other ones are fairly simple. I can block this one off, which I might do. That's going to then stop them from getting around. You can see how the map itself now is sort of, we're trying to make the best use of what the map's showing us. So you can see down the bottom there, ongoing attack. We've got an 80% chance of hitting to do 4 to 8 damage. And this bandit has got 8 hit points. So I will actually attack it once. Oh, there we go. That was a lucky hit. So we got a kill there. She dodged out of the way. She's very good at dodging. This one's trying to get around the corner now. And we just poisoned the captain. Smash this. There we go. That's now dead. No, it's not dead yet. So Sev has been hit. Now that's likely to die. So let's just go after the captain. That was a retaliation strike. The captain, if I double click the captain, you'll sort of see that he's got like a sword. It's not sort of showing, he's got a short sword in through here, where he does actually get +1 counterattacks. So when he's attacked, he will actually hit back. Let's get rid of the Scath. And then we have the Shadow Warg. Wow, awesome. Awesome hit. They're being poisoned away. Well, get rid of the captain. There we go, that's good. I'll leave that one out of the fight. Bring these guys in. By the way, the little blue marker is the stamina, is what's called stamina in the game, and the more that we get of that, the more abilities we then can sort of do, and the more powerful different things will then be. So for example, this crushing blow. Launch a 21 attack, normal attack +1 per stamina. And so the stamina that we actually have with this particular unit is... What is the stamina? Let's see what it actually listed here. But it is actually... let's click on done. What is the stamina? Yeah, I'm not sure what it normally shows it. Normally shows it around here somewhere. I can't see where it is. Initiative. Stamina 3. That's the starting stamina, I think. Accuracy. I'm not sure where the actual stamina actually is. But we can use stamina now to sort of go and do like crushing blow or rush or do something like this. So launch a 21 attack. So let's go and do that one. So we can then just go and click on them. Bang, that one's now dead. And that did only have 3 stamina. It used up all the stamina that it actually had. So we won that fight. We took a bit of damage for some of the different units, but that's okay. We'll heal up fairly quickly. And so now we've got Sev has now leveled up to level 5. And Commander back in through this other side. So we've sort of we've been picking up things like Merchant, +1 Gildar per season, +2 Gildar, that would be good. We've got Leadership, +5 to the Army's accuracy. Road building allows the unit to build roads. That would be very, very handy. I might grab that one, just so we can actually then go and build roads where we need to build them. And I might sort of move him out now from the actual group. That layer has been cleared. Find some leather armor, we'll equip those. Actually, I'll just go back in and have a quick look and see. This one here has only got 2 armor, so let's just go back into the equipment for Noct. This is another character. Yeah, we'll just go and place them in there. That will just give him a little bit more defense. There's more settlement we can do back over there. The Bandit Archers Army. Now this is just not quite strong enough yet. Really just using this one to have a bit of a look around and pick up loot. Okay, so now we've gone, this is actually a location, it's a bit hard. I wish that there was a way to minimize this so you can have a look around to figure out what's going on. In this case, we've actually got like a town which we can sort of see is in our, like pretty much in our northeast, which is going to be sort of like a bit of a gateway town. And I think that this is one that would be another good one for a fortress or for a conclave. We have 2 radiants. We actually don't have any conclaves. I might make this into a conclave. I've already got 1 fortress. So I'll keep that as a conclave. This one gives me +2 research, +1 production, and +1 Gildar per season. And it's then going to enables conclave improvements and increases research. So we'll accept that. So this now sort of comes with like a star shape for our faction. And ultimately this will be sort of like a wizard tower that we end up building. So hi Chris, is saying you're playing this again. You must like it. I love it, actually. I absolutely love it. Super cool Ant saying a new run. Yes, we started 2 days ago, and this is the 2nd episode essentially of it, where we're playing as the Wraiths this time rather than the Trogs. I really do like playing as the Trogs just because they're so powerful. But in this case, we can try to do different things with different. We should be able to get research thumping along with the particularly with this location here now. Just press tab. Who have we still got? There's some mites. Now we've got other players coming back in. Who's that one? That's also Umbar. I can grab that loot. I'll take that. Start a collar. Okay, to take control of a targeted beast unless it resists. So the collar works great. It's getting the monster to wear it that is hard. Use it to take control of an enemy beast unit that is within 1 tile range in tactical combat. So that's going to be interesting. We'll sort of see what we can do with that one. There's mites nearby. Actually, I think they were destroyed. We do actually have a wolf's army there. What I want to do is I did want to come into here, and I want to sort of clear out some of the others at the top. Yeah, so we've got a lot of these guys wandering around. Actually, that's not bad there either. I'll just auto battle this one. Yep, that's all okay. There's a group there, Wolf's Army, 22. Yeah, we've got enough there to be able to damage that one, but we've got no more movement. We'll just press tab. So Grey Rock down through here is now wanting to build something else. So we'll just go back into build. We do actually have, now that there is iron ore. We can use that for weapons, but not for armor. So I think what we'll do is we might build that one just so we've got it done. We've now got trading as well, which is automatically going to connect our everywhere up with roads. Now, the cooperation. We'd have to get administration first. Let's go to magic. We haven't done anything with magic yet. And so what we're going to be wanting to do is to try to find units. Now, this one does have the Grave Warden, is actually a mages that draw their lives from those they kill, adding it to their own faction's mana. So we've got those that are available. We then have the different spiders and things available down through here as well. I think we're going to go enchantment, which means we have to get charms first. So let's go that way and start to build up some magical units. In fact, if we go to warfare, we do have leather working. That's going to give me the axeman, which would actually be very, very useful. Maybe I'll go that way first and just get some mundane troops. Okay, with what we end up having, we don't actually have any iron or crystal, and we're going to need to get that. Take that location. It's more down this way, but I think what I'll do is I'm going to go and get other things built once these are sort of done. We'll start to pump out more pioneers. Okay, there's a quest there. Come back the other way. This is a bit of a tricky fight. We should be okay. I just want to keep on exploring, but I'll just do a quick save and go back in. So we're weak, they're weak as well. I'll just go to battle just so I can sort of manually control this. Going after the spider. Oh, that was a critical hit. That was good. He's all got high dodge. Alright, got him. Good stuff. Almost leveled up. Potion of Wisdom. So that's still there. That's going to be a bit too much for us. I might come back and grab another group. Oh, okay, we're under attack by what? A Hergon. Alright, it's got like a fairly big attack. 6 defense. So it's medium, we're weak, but we do actually have 4 militia here. This is actually Geddon's is the conclave. So this is actually just something that's wandered in off the out of the wild. It's going to be hard. How much hit points has it got? 54. One thing I should do is have a quick look and see what it can do. Its skills are charges, so +1 moves for the first turn of combat. It's got a bash, so it has a chance equal to damage done to knock victims prone, which is what we just saw. Knock back, which also happened. Immune to counter, so never gets counter attacked. And exhaust, units struck suffer -1 to stamina. Alright, so 4, that's hardly anything. This is going to be bad. Got archers in through there. We do have access to certain things. Dodged. Oh, lucky. Now its stamina is it's building up its stamina. Now we have Wraith Touch, drain 3 hit points from the victim. We also have Crushing Blow, which we'll try. Only 2 points of damage. Do the same again. Only 2. Wow, that's terrible. And this one doesn't have what it needs. It's been killed. Another 2. God, we're not doing much damage here at all. Now, if we lose the city, I'm going to save scum. Because I really don't want to be losing this city. And it's just sort of random whether they walk into your city or not. I didn't even see it. That was a good attack. It's got a second attack. Yeah, no, this is not good. So we're going to save scum back. That means we lose the whole city, which I don't like the idea. I don't like that that's what happens. So that's now gone. So we're going to go back in. We're going to go back to the main menu. We're going to load the game in. Now we've got a couple of auto saves in through here. Let's just try this one here. Now, I don't know what I can do to save this one. So Chris saying, what's the AI like in this game? It's actually good. It's sort of like in its and it will just get better and better as well. By the way, like they're building everything from the base up. The game always had a good AI, like Fallen Enchantress, but they will be working more on the AI, I think. So there's still like it's tricky now. That one there, where did we end up getting? There it is there. Train, I've got sentinels there. If I train that one up, put it in the front there, and I can just rush it. Let's get those in there, and just add that to the city. Just see if that helps. So we're going to bandit there. Now this is a +1 spell mastery. We'll use that because we'll eventually be using spells. And I'll just auto-resolve this one. Done. So that's why it's important to have the Gildar, just so we can do those sort of rush builds. This location down in here, I've got no construction at Hagwitz now, so we'll just go back across, we'll tab across into these. It's weak. I think I'll go back and build up another army before I sort of start to do too much more damage. So we're going to train up more pioneers. And we'll bring these across. Okay, we've got our first forge built back in through here. This is a big wolf army. It's considered strong. We're only considered medium, but I still think we can do it. I'll just quick save it. Now we do actually have one more slot there, which means I could bring in one of these. Oh, we haven't looked at the Dynasty. Now we've got 3 kids that have been born from the mum and dad, and so we've now got another one, which is Fanadri is actually one of the worst things in the game. I've got to say, in fact, the worst thing is the random names are terrible. So we've sort of chosen what we can from these different things. This one's 33 seasons old. This one here is 59 seasons. So they're starting to sort of now grow up, and we can do different things with them. So this is actually like a daughter that has grown up now. So this is new in the game as of 2 days ago, and this is actually I think one of the most exciting things that's different from the old game. We can go and do different things. Now we can keep on trying to boost her up. You can see down through there she's still got Wraith blood. Her dad was a Crack's blood. It's in through here. So sort of more of a defensive type thing. He was a merchant, ambitious, and also cunning. So he was much more about sort of getting Gildar, whereas Zymoth was Wraith with Summoner, some Earth and Death aspects, cautious and brilliant. So she's only just sort of starting off. So Fandry this is all sort of like she's been randomly generated, of course. But she does actually now start to inherit some of these things. So she's got ambitious, so +1 materials per term and stationed in a city. We get the merchant +1 Gildar per season. So she's picking up stuff that her dad had, both of those traits. So they'll sort of end up sort of picking up more and more over time. So we can either arrange a marriage, so marry off this dynasty members, allowing them to have children but preventing them from being imbued as playable champions themselves, or we can imbue her as a actual playable champion. It's going to cost me 100 mana, and I've got like heaps of mana, but it's going to cost me 6 of the essence points we start the game with. So it's going to cost me 1 of the 6 that we have left. We start off with 10, and we now only have 6 left. By the way, if you've been playing the game up until 2 days ago, you'll have to throw away all your old heroes because they don't have any essence, so you don't get access to the dynasty, to the family tree. So it's sort of important. So arrange a marriage will allow me to then get stronger units. Is she worth imbuing? So she's got a she's just going to basic sort of stats through here. Do we arrange a marriage? Again, we use up 1 essence slot if we do this. The champions essentially cost us the essence. And she's probably not really strong enough to worry about that one. We're only up to 39 here as well with fame. God, it's real 50-50 for me. I think we'll arrange a marriage and see what the others have got. These ones we don't know what they're going to have when they come through. Let's do that. We can then go and actually now are these going to cost us as well? These ones do cost gold actually to bring these in. So we do have a few that are actually rare, which we can bring back in with different sort of other abilities. Roderick. Again, these are going to cost me Gildar. And I need to actually... I've got enough fame, but I don't have the Gildar to actually marry them off. I'll just go and click on Done. So we're not doing that one just yet. Hi, Sev. How you going? So, and so how goes the expanding? Slowly. We're going slow. Do we want to do this one yet? I think what I'll do is I'll wait for this one to come back in a little bit, and then we should be able to then move around the side and pick that one up. All right. Enemies in your territory. So this thing is wandering through, but it's just got to randomly move into one of these points. Like it can move into any of these 3 points around here, and we're then fighting it. Anyway, I'm glad that we got that unit, because we will need to help, like, with whatever we can in the actual city itself. Domestic events. What did we end up having there? Yep. So that's there we go. So she just literally grew up that turn. So that was all we actually had there. Enemies in your territory. That's all we actually have there. We do actually have a bit of stuff we can build if we need to. Minor healing potions now. So we can sort of go and build those with the loot that we have, and we yeah. So I can craft one of these. Or do I only have one? Do I need 7? Oh yeah, I can actually. So I can actually go and place these with different units. Let's go and put these with the Noct. I know Noct has already got them. Sentinels have already got them. So I'm off. Shadow Warg. The Shaken Administrator. It's only got a padded vest. I'll just go and click on OK. That should now sort of strengthen them up a little bit. Just go and click on Done. Just have a cross. These are now connected, which is great, because that's now going to allow me to pick up the like we're not going to have as much unrest in here. Now somehow we have to get across to here, which means we're going to need to get a like a location in the middle here somewhere. But I think I'll still just keep on pushing out that way. Now the Crystal Crag, we will be needing this, so I'm going to go and build that one now, I guess. How long is that going to take? 7 turns. Let's just go back into build again and just queue up. The wooden wall is going to give us, for like if we do get attacked, that will then be helpful. The training yard will give me accuracy, which will be important. We'll go and get that as well. Just start to push out this in this direction. Okay, so Grey Rock. I'll grab the logging camps and start to sort of pick up a few of these. Oh, geez, that one just spawned in. That's an epic Hergon army somehow, which is where these things are coming. For us to deal with this is going to be almost impossible. Wow, these are just crazy. It just spawned in somehow. I don't know how or why. That's going to be a real big problem here. Probably something we can't really do anything about. That's there has been complaints about how difficult some of these sorts of things are in the game, but it's just the way the game is. Like it works for and against you. It is probably too unbalanced to have those sorts of things happening so quickly. I'll just start to bring these down into this region. I should have done that differently. I'll just leave that one there for now. All right, train again. I think we'll go with some more sentinels. So we'll just start to sort of queue them up. Done. These aren't going to be super strong, but at least we'll sort of get them. Actually, train again. Sentinels don't require anything other than just production, so we'll just go and train them. Spearmen are only 4 seasons to get those. But I think we'll go back to building again. So things like the inn, grocer, the market. Just spread this out a little bit. thing's a pain in the bum. I'm just going to pass this one. This one just spawned. Alright, so Blackstead has grown to level 3. So we now actually, this is one of our, this is the, Blackstead is the fortress. So we've got an infirmary. So this one here is, infirmaries provide additional healing to all units stationed in the city. Units trained in the city start with the endurance trait, +1 hit points per level. So they're going to start off with more hit points if we actually start to build them there. The strike garrison. Give all units trained in the city the impulsive trait, so +2 initiative, which is actually really, really important. And then watchtower, provide catapult for city defense, so this is more for defense. I'm going to go strike garrison in this case to try to get the initiative. We're high dodge, low attack, but if we can move first, it does give us a chance to sort of go and do things. So Chris is saying, are the roads in this pre-built, or can you build your own to connect your towns? When you get when you first get the trade one, it automatically will then build the roads across. But you can also so that's one way to get the roads. Some roads are pre-built in the game as well, just sort of like they just come basically with the game, but with the map. But then there's also, like for example, we've got Sev here. Where is Sev? I just can't click on Sev and double click him. So we've given him a road builder trait. Where is it? Commander, road building. So he can build roads if we need them built somewhere particular. So I've sort of brought him in with that skill set. So that's sort of what he's going to be doing. He'll ultimately be back in a city. Actually, I might even do that now. Might move him out of this group. We've got him to level 5, which is what I want him to do. But he's going to be better off in command of this city over here. So I might move him out that way. And that way I can bring both of these into this group. Which then gives me a strongish force. So we're now full in through this other side. Just do a quick save. Just double check that these guys do actually have their abilities. Yeah, they've got the leather armor. They're only using a club, and I can make use of other things in through here. Got sharp daggers, sharp axes. They don't actually have a shield. Blessed hammer. Don't know if they can use that. Yeah, they can actually. Gives them less initiative, but more attack. There's their crude club. 15 attack, that was the same initiative. This one's got a backswing. I'll leave it that way. So we'll just start to sort of build these things up. This is quite cool actually, the way you can sort of set up the different groups. Still very early on in the game. We're going to go after this one to start with, so we're just going to go into to do a quick save just before we get started. So this is this army here has got four different wolves, but also the Great Wolf, which is the most dangerous of them. And quick save, and in we go. Sev is saying, so now I'll be the guy who everyone hates that stands on the road with a shovel in hand. I've got a friend who absolutely hates seeing that. He hates seeing any road worker. Like it's almost it's become pathological with him. If he passes any sort of anything at all going on, he actually he gets quite. He just can't stop talking about how pissed off he is, which is quite funny. Anyway, let's go with this. Strong, we're medium. We're just going to see how we go. This may not be a good idea. Again, we have to make good use of the areas. Now we've got a big open area down the bottom through here, so we're going to be needing to not so much plug this one. This is only just actually that is the Great Wolf back there. These are just normal wolves. These are just ebon wolves. But this is the dangerous one. I'm going to start here. Now if I do this one, it's only going to be 1 versus 1. if I all the way through there. Let's give it a go. Yes, we've got 1 stamina at this stage. So we'll start to do the damage. Now I can do different things with this one. I've got Curse. The Dirge. Enemies take 3 poison damage per turn for 10 turns. Unless they resist. Grave Seal. These are going to be useful eventually, but not just yet. Oh, we did a critical hit there. Oh, wow. We got the retaliation strike with 2 criticals. That was massive. See how they're coming in. They're trying to sort of gang up on what they consider to be the weaker units. But these militia forces that we actually have now are have you know, sort of been strengthened up. The Shadow Warg can now have its turn. Let's just move around and go for the Ebon Wolf. That was good. Then we have Noct, who is ultimately going to be fairly strong, I think. It's still early days for him. Geez, they're dodging well. There we go. Big attacks with these guys. So we've sort of decked these out quite nicely. She can now move in behind. And poisoned. Oh, wow. That was a big attack. So that comes after Zymoth again next time. There we go. That's good. So she took a lot of damage there. The Shadow Warg just went up another level. And Noct did as well. So Noct is also an assassin, like Zymoth is. So it's already got Shadow Shift. So we have Dodge. +4 to Dodge is actually very, very useful. I think we'll actually just grab that for protection. Actually, General... Yeah, I'll go that way. Let's get the Dodge. It's early days yet for that one there. And we've taken a lot of damage, so I'm just going to go and sit in here. Take what we have with the Lair. These things are spawning in all over the place. We don't want the clubs. Yeah, this is very, very dangerous, this air elemental army. I don't know where these are coming from. I'm not sure how they're actually coming into our territory, but I think we're going to need to settle everything right down. This is just normal wolves. I'm just going to do a quick save because even though we've taken damage, I think we can still take this one out. So we'll go to battle again. Oh, bring her down. We'll see how we go. It's very important to do quick saves in this game. Oh, there we go. That's good. Got rid of one. Another one. You can see there, these guys, the initiative is really, really low. Yep, that one's in the right place, I think. But these are doing massive damage. So that's cleared out everything that we need there. So get them across to that side. We just have to really start to keep on picking up. I think I'm going to move most of this army now back into inside cities. So back in Blackstead, where is? Oh, there he is. Okay, that one can't do anything. I want to check this out actually down this way. I'll just keep on exploring, expanding if I can. Enemies in your territory yet again. Domestic events. So Dealin has now grown up. Let's have a look and see what that is. Now, she's got more skills than her sister. So her sister is sort of weakish in terms of skill. So this one's still got the Wraith blood. Still got ambitious, merchant, cautious. Grants the ability to escape with remaining allies from battle, which is nice, and cunning. +1 guilder per turn when stationed in a city. That one's, she's quite good. This one here, it looks like that's about 60 seasons that we need before we can sort of do anything. This one's still only 39. This is our son. So we've got the two sisters and the son, the younger son. I might imbue her as a champion. So yeah, won't be allowed to marry. That's okay. So we'll go yes. Sort of her sister as the as where things go. So she will now show up, I think, in the capital. Yeah, there she is. So she already comes in with these different traits. If you have a look and see what she's got. Again, I'd like to level her up as much as I can. So in terms of skills, +1 material when stationed in a city, so she can sort of add to the city's materials. She can merchant, so +1 guilder per season, that's no matter where she is. Cautious, and then cunning, +1 guilder per turn when stationed in a city. So two of them are city aspects, which is her dad sort of had some of these things, so that's what she's inherited. She does start with a rusty sword. Let's just go back to equipment. And see what else she can actually then have. Rusty sword. We do actually have the sharp dagger. I'll change that one across. Now, the other thing we have is we've got the Kingdom Report, Foreign Relations. Yep, still going to help. Design. Yeah, it's not going to help us in through there either at this stage. Yep, so Siva's saying it's a common stereotype for road workers. Yeah, it's sort of funny. It's yeah, it's like, you know, they do tend to be just hovering around, don't they? A lot road workers. Okay, let's continue on. So, what are we up to in the question? So, Chris Short is then saying, "Hey all, been following this for a couple of days. Cool looking game. Yes, it's very, very, very cool. Like just the like it's a 15-year-old game that it came from. They're building it up. I think this is the start of something big with this with what they have. What have we got there? Gold deposit. I definitely need to go and get that. All right, we need to get more pioneers out. We need to pump them out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep her here for a little while just to pick up the Gildar. We're getting good Gildar now, and her sister's going to be able to marry because this sister is actually earning money. All right, so back across to Geddens. This thing's wandering away. Now let's go back to train. I think I'm getting more sentinels. That's going to give me 3. They're not really suitable for this, actually. I will actually just go back into build. And the workshop, I might start to sort of build it to the south. This thing, so annoying. Death Shard, we want to be building on that as well, I guess. Starting to now get crystal. Oh, sorry, metal. We don't have crystal yet. This is a real worry as we build up down this way. That's going to be a concern for us. We have to get very, very strong to take these out. What have they got? spell resistance is very high. They're an absolute menace, these things. Domestic events. Yep, so imbued as a champion, that's fine. Enemies in your territory again. Now this is actually a pioneer party from Gildan. We're doing very, very well in terms of our power at this stage. That doesn't mean much in the game at this early stage. We still haven't come across everyone just yet. Hi Invictus, how you going? We'll end our turn here, I think. Sorry, no, we'll just press tab and just go and find from do not mistake me for a gentle midsummer breeze, or yeah, okay. This is going to be a hard one again for us to contend with. These are just, go away. We're not ready for you. Now Sev is back in here, and so he's going to be then sort of grabbing more and more. Let's go back to the Dynasty and see if she marriages, if we arrange her marriage. And again, we're wanting to get different skill. This is Devout Blink. This one looks very, very good. 250. I think we'll go this way, one of these sort of rare ones, back in through here. There's lots of good stuff there. So we'll come back. So 250 is what we need to make that particular one. It's medium, this odd hut. Yeah, look, I'll just do a quick save again, and we'll just go in and see what this thing has got. So the hut reeks of age, not the age of years, but the eras of long fallen. An old man emerges, his robes tattered, blah, blah, blah. So what do we need? Pay him for the knowledge, gather the rare herbs he requires. A fireball does 18 damage. The fire damage, yeah, I don't know why it's got that one. So what does he need? So out of the fist, +1 attack. Let's go that way. You return with Frost Touch, Nightshade, and Ember Root. Yep, so we'll just go and click on OK. Quest completed, so somehow we must have already had that in the with what we had. So we now have a Fireball Scroll. It's only a one-use thing, but it's against these sort of difficult things that it would actually be good. To summon a Fireball that does 18 plus fire, 4 per Fire Shard. We don't have any Fire Shards at this early stage anyway. Now we've got, these are both weak. Just rattle through these. We'll just auto-resolve that. And this one as well. Okay, we'll settle here. These sentinels. The sentinels will move to the front, to this location. So the roads sort of help us to move very, very quickly across, which is good. And again, I'd like to get another pioneer down that way. Oops, hang on. Okay, so I pressed the wrong button there. This one does have one essence slot, so we'll use a. We'll just go and change that to Enchanted Hammers. Cast a spell. And we'll build up a merchant. We also have more iron. I'll build that there as well. That now gives me 2 of those units. So let's have a quick look and see what else we can do with these. So can we change that to like a single-handed short sword or something? This one does 8 damage. What it currently has is just a club. Yes, we can put swords in. Spear is two-handed. Staff is two-handed. So a lot of these are just two-handed, which I can't really make use of. And I can put the armor in. Actually, no, they've already got leather cuirass. So we've got one with the swords. Still showing up there, but they should be now sword. They've now got the swords on them, so that's fine. We'll just keep that one where that is. So we'll slowly sort of build up these forces. That hopefully will be enough to, if this thing, like it's just luck of the draw where it's going to wander. So it could attack anything. Trade proposal. So this is with Umbar. Trade treaty. Yeah, we'll agree to that. Umbar is sort of one that I do want to be friendly with. Blackstead is the location that we are trying to sort of grow up. It's got a growth there of 2, which is good. So it's going to keep on sort of building up. We want this as big as possible. So we'll just keep on building all of the different things that we need for this one to, yeah, like barracks, for example. So trained unit accuracy. So we'll build that one up. And we'll ultimately be able to then sort of, actually, why did that one come up there? Cleaning up all this stuff, but let's just go down this way to start with. We want to get more and more cities. New technology researched. Okay, so we've got this is weaponry now, so we can, so it's now sort of, we should find that we have more things we can do over here as well. So I'll open up the research, and warfare gave us weaponry. Archery is not really something we want. What we ultimately want is the magic. So I think we'll go enchantment now. So we end up with charms, then enchantment, and then we'll sort of come back through into here into arcane mastery. In fact, that's probably really where we want to be ending up now, just moving straight to there. Let's go that way, and let's click on done. It'll then just go through all this stuff. So we've now learnt the recipe for the dagger. And also for the Warhammer. And so this is, we've now met another faction, Empire of Reslan. Now I don't know where we've met them. I'm sort of hoping it's up in the north rather than down this way. Yep, so I want to get into this location. Quick save. They've got a lot of hit points. He's considered weak. Just make sure we didn't take any real damage. Oh, nearly. He nearly suffered. But he's okay. So he's now leveled up again. Now we do actually have, he does have Death Apprentice. Blindness, Shadow Bolts. Let's go that way. Because we do actually have, we will have one Death Shard coming fairly soon. This one's now in a zone of control. I think I'm going to still keep on, like we're building this one here. I'm Might add that to the list as well. It's this gold that we want pretty badly though. So the crafting, so we've now got the dagger. Yeah, we can build 3 of these if we had to. And the warhammer. We can build 2 of those. Is that this is just wild grain? Okay, so we've got markets coming in 4. Let's just go and train up another pioneer. This thing is such a menace. Such a pain. An air shard. Okay, a lot of things built this turn. So bandit army there. I can't really afford to leave this city over here. If this one fails, so be it. So building another lumberyard. That's okay. We'll just keep that one where that is. Oh, I've got enough money now. Got enough money to marry her off. Fanadri is going to now marry Roderick, I think. Yeah, let's go this way. Propose. I sort of hope that they flesh this out even more in the game, ultimately, to allow like a lot more interaction with other factions and things like this. But it's yeah, it's a good start. Nice. So this is actually just sort of happening. What does that one do? No idea. Done. So she's been married off. Barracks still being built. This thing just won't leave. All right, so Dellen is actually leveling up just even by staying inside the location, which is good. Now she can choose different things in through here, and again, it would be cool to pick and choose, like to be able to see what she's got. Oh, we can do it. Okay, cool. We can do it this way. So traits, nothing. Skills, she's got no magical skills at all. So mage is not really important. Might go commander. Just before I do that one, I'll just do a quick save again. Okay, that's fine. Soldier's boots. Yep, we'll add them on. Done. Okay, and there's more stuff out this way too, but we can't get there. This is actually a mountain range in through here. Okay, new technology research. We've now got charms, so we now start to forge different magical things, which is actually going to be useful. Just continue our current research. Resource destroyed. Northeast, our farm has been destroyed. Go to. By wolves. That thing has wandered off. This thing's in our zone of control. We don't really need it just yet. Got the market there, so we're getting the Pioneer next. Iron Mine coming that way. Now we also, looks like we lost this as well. Clay Quarry. No, it's still ours? Okay, so we're still actually making use of that, but we did lose this. This thing won't be able to attack straight away, so I'm just going to go and... that's just a weak wolf army. Let's take both of these out. Send them in. These are sort of defenders, really. Big attacks. There we go, a bit of retaliation strike. Good. Gets rid of them. Build that one back up again. Alright, so Renan of Reslin has grown up. Let's see what skill sets this one's got. This one's come through as a Crax. So the Crax is his dad's blood. So he has got Ambitious, +1 materials per turn when stationed in a city. Again, Cunning, +1 Gilder when he's in a city. Cautious, can flee battle. Administrator, -10 unrest in the city the unit is in, and also a Death Apprentice. So he's also going to be a very, very good administrator. Might make him into a mage, so I think we'll imbue him as a champion as well. So we're down to 4 at the moment. Just go yes there. Done. I'm going to move him across to that mage city. Here he comes. Now that is our sort of allies, or you know, who we assume will be an ally of ours. Don't know if we can march through there. Let's just go around the outside edge. Hi Tenru, how are you going? You had any crashes yet, or did they fix them? I haven't had any crashes at all actually with this. I think the crashes, that was back in, like that was a while ago now, like with the previous build. But this one is, there's been, like I haven't noticed as many missing text as well. Like there's been a lot of, like I've been sort of trying to write down things that I think the game needs, and it's actually more high level stuff that I'm sort of more focused on, you know, mentally focused on. Enemies in your territories. God, this thing just will not leave, will it? Now I'm going to just go back there. Come on, let me do it. Why is that not wanting to go? Equip. Actually, we can go to the shop and start to, you know, get rid of some of these things as well if we need the money. So with what he has got himself a rusty short sword at the moment, which is about as good as we've got. We've got the caster staff. I'll just go and put that in there for now. And when he becomes a mage, we can then sort of make mage stuff for him, I guess. So we'll sort of slowly get that one through. So Tenor is saying the missing text were annoying me personally the most. I feel like if you were playing something cheaper and lazily done. Yeah, look, the reason that it was there, like the reason that they hadn't done it was because the difference between this and the original games, like all of the games, everything was hard-coded in. Like all of the actual text was hard-coded. So they've actually completely changed the way that it all works. So one of the first things they were working on was localization. So they can now build the game to work with any language. And so there's stuff missing because of the localization. There's still things to fix up, but it's much, much better than what it was. So that was really, the first beta was more about the localization, getting it all prepared for that one. This beta is more about workshop and other things as well. So other workshop and dynasties. So they're sort of focusing on specific things each time, which is cool. And using the territory again. This thing, we're going to have to get rid of this somehow. I'm going to have to come back with a bigger army. I'll just keep on, sort of seeing what I can find in the south here. And then we'll sort of come back up maybe. I might just do a save here just because we're in a nice strong position here. Go back to the game. And just in case, because I am concerned about these Hergons that are everywhere. We're going to need to build up a strong force with those. We also probably need to get our forces to not just have 3 units but 4 units. Would be quite nice. Oh, it's a boy. So Fanadri and Roderick have now got Cadiel. So Cadiel's a good name. This is the first actual name that is good-ish out of the random names. So that's fine. Trade proposal. Economic treaty. Yep, we'll do that as well. This will then show us the road system out to wherever they actually are as well. Like it'll sort of build the roads. We do actually have a young syndrome demon, which has come in as well. Not sure how and why. Training completed for young syndrome demons in Geddons. Didn't know I was building one of those. Maybe it's what happens when you make a conclave. Can't place that one back in there. Okay, Tinra is saying, how's your impressions of the AI and the amount of cities that they found? I had one game where the NR1 had about 10 more cities than the NR2 number 2 player. I had about 16 cities in 200 turns, which is kind of bonkers. Yeah, I'm up to season 89 now, and I'm getting a lot of cities, and I think ultimately they're going to need governors and stuff like that for the cities. But the game is about controlling the map, so it is about sort of building up a contiguous empire to control all the territory. So getting the this is ambitious for me to go and claim this, so I'm going to need to make sure I can actually protect anything that I do go and get. I do need to try to connect these up as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I've got. I'm gonna have to put in 2 outposts just to look after those, I think. Okay, what are we up to? The Pioneer. So Pioneers create outposts as well. If I went to this one here, that would give me the Death Shard and more crystal. I might just do that actually. Before we go back. Did 115 fame for this champion, so I can't get that one. No construction here in Hagutst. I think we'll actually just keep on training up the the pioneers for now. And we will then just go back to our build queue. There's a world achievement. The Merkin Cross Bazaar is the legendary trading centre. The nation that they're able to construct it will see a boost in Gildor across all their cities. That's actually not bad for us, you know. We might throw that one in the mix as well. Just build it in there. Done. So it's a unique building. Tenor is saying, I hesitate when it comes to overexpanding, mainly due to not being able to protect. Yeah, that's what the trouble is. That's why I don't know where all the other factions actually are. It's funny, the mini-map's not working, and I don't know why. I might just reload the game if you don't mind. Just go back and save again. And I'll just quit out. I'm not sure why the mini-map's not playing. Just grab myself a drink of water as well. See you later, Chris. Okay, so we'll just go into load game. That's to load. Yeah, in the previous beta, there things like that. You have crashes and things happening just with loading in games and stuff, but haven't had anything like that. Is this now working? Nope, still not working. Alright, that's a bug. I should have... just bear with me, see if I can actually get a bug report done. I'll just write these little things down. That's the whole purpose of these early access games, is to provide feedback. All right, so we'll go and hit this group. They're medium as well. Just do a quick save. I might manually do this one just because it's going to be a little bit tight. Okay, it's very, very open. And we've got the big one at the back, the rock spider. Damage. I want to try to keep this thing out of the way because it can't really protect itself very well. Dodged. These things, like, rather than putting them into defense, I've just got to keep on attacking with them because they're so powerful. This one's got a 15 attack, that one's got a 15 as well. This is easier to kill. I'll start to poison this one. Good. Critical attack that didn't really do much damage. Okay, the poison is doing a good job here. We'll use the low defense units for clearing out the smaller units, and then we'll use the high defense guys for coming back into the fight. Oh, nice. That's what we need to do. This one here, Wraith Touch. Brilliant. And it's sort of healed itself up. I like that. So this is what we get to do. This is our way, the Wraith way. Retaliation strike. Good, that worked out well. So, Zymoff has gone up another level. Shadow Bolts and maybe even getting the first aid heals units, 2 per level of the caster. So we're sort of getting higher and higher level. I don't think there's much else in Assassin that we really need. Let's go that way, just so we can heal things up. And this is 20 experience. We'll just take that one on board. Nearby Crystal Crag can now be built on as well. So we'll queue that one up. We will be needing to get magical armor and stuff in a little while. It'll be probably in another episode or so. This thing is still being a pain in the bum. So we need to worry about there. Just press tab. And we'll just keep on clearing out these things. Now this Pioneer Party, what I want to do is I want to make sure that I can pick up these, but also start to stretch it across into here. This one will expand. Oh, there we go. We've got some ogres that have come in. That's interesting. Maybe ogres. There's a wildling camp up there. The fact that ogres have spawned in somewhere is actually quite cool, because we can then ultimately recruit them. So 1, 2, 3. If we just move into it's going to get. We're going to end up with something with nothing in it there. I'm thinking that we're going to ultimately, this one's going to expand, and then that will then touch. So let's just go and build an outpost in here. Message from a bandit archer. Okay, so they've actually got 2 groups that are in this particular. So 2. There's a bandit as well as the different armies and stuff that are actually in there. Construction completed on the barracks. That's cool. Just go back into build again. And we don't have much else that we need to be building in here. The bell tower will then, if we get rid of the unrest, it's going to get our production way up. Black market, which we don't really want to get the unrest back up again as well. Study, research +1, the wooden wall. Don't really need that one. I'm thinking the bell tower is probably the best of them. And the cleric, actually the cleric probably more than anything. Let's see if we can extend north. And we'll go for the bell tower as well. I'll extend this way. Just see if we can actually sort of connect these up. Which would be good. Done. Enemies in our territory. Death Shard. We've got to actually build that one as well, and this one. So we're starting to now pick up crystal. So this will be important for us to, like for our magical attacks. And that'll give us our second Death Shard as well. So once we start to sort of get the Death Mages cracking along, we'll be able to do more and more powerful spells. The more Death Shards we end up controlling. That's all fine where that is. Just press tab. Do a quick save here. Yep, very minimal damage. Easily done. Layer cleared. Who's that? No, that's a Wildling Warrior army. And again, I just want to make sure that everything's fairly safe. I'll auto resolve this. Oh, damn it! I didn't do a quick save. The one time I didn't do it. All right, so we'll just click on done. There's no named characters in that one, but we're going to, of course, not go along with that. We're going to go to the main menu. We're going to load that one back in. That's possibly okay. Let's load that one. See how we go. It's taking a while to load in. Saying, I don't know why it's called Elemental Reforged and not Fallen Enchantress Remastered. So far I haven't seen anything new. The graphics, all assets, even sounds, all look the same as the older game. Yeah, okay, I can address that. So Elemental was the first game. And I don't know if you know the history of Elemental, but it essentially was it was basically going to be if we go way back, Stardock thought they had the rights to rebuild Master of Magic, and so Elemental started off as being a build for a Master of Magic game, but then they sort of found that they didn't actually have the license, so they couldn't actually use that name, so they then pivoted across into Elemental, and they had a whole lot of stuff that they wanted to do. For example, like the dynasties and stuff like this, which I don't think that was in Fallen Enchantress. I think that was only ever an Elemental side of things. So they made Elemental. It wasn't very well received because I think it was just too ambitious, to be honest. And so it was 32-bit, not 64-bit, things like that. So it was sort of so that was their first game. Because of its failure, Fallen Enchantress then came through, and so then they made Fallen Enchantress. That was very, very well received. That was a great game, and so that's sort of where we ended up with the, with it looking like that's why it looks like it does. It is much more Fallen Enchantress in its core than what it was before. So what they did, so you could argue that it's a Fallen Enchantress remastered game. But they're now adding in things, and also Sovereign Kings came after Fallen Enchantress. So they've added in the crafting system from Sovereign Kings. They've added in the dynasties from Elemental in through here, which I don't think Fallen Enchantress had from what I can remember. They've then, as you said before, they've remastered things. They've improved the graphics everywhere, made them sort of higher resolution. They've changed the characters. I think they still need to do work there, to be honest. But they've sort of been slowly building their way through. And there is actually, and I'll just go out and have a quick look and see if I can. If it should be stickied. If you go to the Steam page, actually, what we can do is we can go across and I can click on my Steam link. There we go. If you are interested, guys, there's a tracking link on the Twitch and also on YouTube at the top there. So essentially, it's all three games that have been brought together. That's why it's funny because when you're sort of saying remastered, I actually thought, why call it Reforged if it is just a remaster? I sort of felt it was like it was actually saying more than what it did do, but it actually is like it's not just a remaster; it's well beyond that. So it was sort of funny, like as I said before, like I really did believe that it was actually going to be poorly received if people perceived that it didn't actually, if it was just a remaster of Fallen Enchantress. But it's actually much beyond that. So there's many more things coming. If we have a look at the community hub, so I went from being very much on the fence about this to being an absolute fanboy very quickly, just based on what I was seeing coming back through, and also the enjoyment that I actually had. If you just go back to discussions. There is, God, where is it? What's new? Is it this one here? Nope, I don't know why that's there. Not sure what's happening there. Is it now going to play? Yeah, this is it here. The what's new. This shows you the difference between them and sort of what's coming, I guess, as well. Like, not all of it's been implemented yet, but it essentially shows you what Reforged is. War of Magic was the original Elemental, basically. So you've got Elemental back and through there. Fallen Enchantress, Legendary Heroes. So they're essentially the same. I sort of wish that they were just combined together, to be honest. And then Sorcerer King down through this other side, other way through here. So, Generous saying, thanks for the reminder, Daz. Now that we can expect a Daz fanboy emote. Yes. I should have one, actually. It's a good point, because I'm a fanboy of so many games, and I know that I try really hard to be objective when I realise that I really am just now like fully into a game, and it's sort of and I've got so many games that I feel that way about. But this is one of them. So anyway, there's different things. The languages, it was only in English. They've done all the localization. Many of these things would just be the same. Terraforming was only ever done in War of Magic. That's basically an elemental thing. What else have they got in through here? There's heaps of stuff. This shows you the numbers, essentially the quests and points of interest. They've got about over 500 of them in this game. Fallen Enchantress had 150 odd monster types, over 250. Again, Fallen Enchantress had only half that number. Story-driven campaign, it is there if you want it. I don't really play it that way. Just trying to think. Yeah, Dynasties was an elemental thing, but not a Fallen Enchantress thing. So they took it out of it. Champion breeding as well, the same in through there as well. Crafting was back over here with Sovereign Kings. Steam Workshop is now active, so you've now got Steam Workshop. That's actually pretty cool, the way that's actually working. High resolution visuals. They've been going through and sort of they've been rebuilding the visuals for a little bit while, I think. Anyway, there's a whole lot of stuff. The Essence system is actually no longer called Essence in the game. It's actually now. It's funny. I thought Essence was part of Fallen Enchantress. Maybe it is right. The Essence is actually now they did call Essence what you would apply to cities. That's now called Radiance. So things are changing a fair bit. So Unit Designer they had there. So yes, it's beyond a remaster, if that makes sense. So anyway, I thought I'd just go and show that one. Hi David, how are you going? So it does go beyond that one. Beacon saying, I don't think I've noticed how many new monsters, maybe different monsters for different terrains or something. I don't know. I also haven't really sort of picked things. If we have a quick look at the workshop, the workshop I find interesting as well. What I like is that they've actually now got all these different classifications, so they're getting ready to throw things in here. And I don't know how many of these have been built yet. I'm actually wanting to go and play with like building actual units. So they do actually have these ones in here, which I think are like test units to sort of try things out. But I do want to see what the 3D what aspects of the game are like, whether it's easy enough to build your own 3D elements. They do actually have a whole lot of tools for building stuff as well, but you can go and build all sorts of different things now in the game. They've made the game, that's another thing that's not really mentioned in that list, but they've made things so much easier for modders to be able to get into the actual game itself. So they've opened up a lot more other things in through there. Anyway, that's sort of where we are. That's the sort of a bit of a backstory of the game itself. But yeah, I was bitterly disappointed when Elemental launched, when it first launched 15 years ago. Loved Fallen Enchantress. Didn't really. I just bounced off Sovereign Kings. I'm not really a role play sort of person. But then, yeah, with Elemental, I sort of was thinking, is it really going to be that good? And I think it is. Like, I actually really am enjoying it. Okay, anyway, let's go. It's got 3 attacks in through there. We've just got a little weak dark. You know what? We're going to tackle this one. Should we just see why they've got 147? Got more hit points. We've got more damage than what they can do. Let's see what actually happened here. Let's do a quick save. Why did they win? Just play it out and see what the go is here. So they've got a Wildling Shaman there, a Wildling Warrior there, and then they've got other fairly powerful Wildlings this way. I'll take her down this side. There's nothing much else we can do with her. Ah, that's why. That's how they got there. We need to whittle these down. Need to kill off units here. Good. That's now weakened that one enough to for us not to have to worry about it. This must have some sort of spear. Oh, that's another reason. Okay. The shaman is a problem. Damn it. Okay, so yeah, we don't want to do this one. All right, so I think I could still actually play this one out in a more effective way. I'm going to get the shaman down early before he can cast that spell. You know, these are all a bit too powerful for me, so I don't think I'll play this one out. I think I'll just go, and we did get a better result that time, but it's still not what we're going to do. So we'll just go back in. We'll go to main menu. We'll go to load game. Yes. And we'll just go to quick save and load. So we won't pursue that one. Yeah, so Bingham was saying, yeah, Wildling Shaman's fine, nuke everyone. There we go. Yeah, that was it. Coalstones. If you fight like 5 or 6 Wildling Shaman in one fight, they can wipe out a whole army. Yeah, they're very, very powerful. So we need to get to a point where we can actually wipe them out quickly. So we're going to go this way. have, I do want to clear out stuff up through here as well. Just go and pick up the loot. Thank you, Began, for the gifted sub. That's very, very much appreciated. Crystal Quarry. So we've got the, in this case, yep, so we'll just keep on building this up. So that's actually now being formed into here, which is fine. That's all good as well. We've got the yard there. Now we're getting more units wandering in along this road. So the road sort of heading off this way. We're not seeing too many roads heading down to the south, which is where we're sort of looking to expand now. So while we're still in this expansion phase, I think we'll just sort of keep on thumping along. I think still just hovering around. It's almost enough to go after it. How's that Dynasty going now? Only 11 seasons for that one. Tower. All right, so this is Kirksfield, which is which one is that? God, I don't even know which one it is. I'm going to make it into a fortress, though. I think it's on the edge. I'm just looking at where the map is. God, I wish you could change these down a little bit, just to sort of see what's going on. It would be nice to be able to I might just, no, I won't give this feedback just yet. Kirksfield, so where is Kirksfield? Oh, wrong one. I don't want that one to be this. Why would the map not show me that? Sorry guys, I'm just going to load in again, just see if I can actually save that one. It's going to be too late, maybe. Okay, yeah, so it would be nice to be able to know exactly what you're building there. I want that grey one to be a fortress, but I don't want the other one to be a fortress. I want that to be probably a town, I think, just to generate gold. I don't need that one for protection. Yeah, so this is going to be a town, except that's useful. That's going to be, if we do suffer any real big damage, we can use that to help fix us up. Now they're strong, this wolf's army. I'll save where I am, but I'll see if I can actually clear that one out. We're doing very well score-wise. Everyone's actually happy with us, which is unusual. Do a quick save here. There's a kingdom hero, so we can sort of destroy that one. Now, we're only medium, it's considered to be strong. There's heaps of them, though. Let's just try it again, just to see how we go. If it's... yeah, there's no real choke points, unfortunately. And these are probably a bit beyond us. Ooh, good. That's a good start. We're going to need to go back in with the other forces. It's 2 dodges, which is good. Now makes it harder to dodge with having the multiple forces attacking. Does he get to move? No, the Great Wolf does come in. So we need to attack that Great Wolf. But not there. I'll chase this one through. This one here we need to use. It's not really enough. We're still alive, just. So we need to now move out of the way. Pass. If I move to there, that one can then attack the other unit, so I can't move that one down. Yeah, they're trying to get out around to this one here. Get rid of the Great Wolf. That one still can't get through there. Keep you alive. It's good. We're getting lots of critical hits there with the assassin abilities. Yeah, so it's blocked in there with the zone of control. There we are. Right, that was good. A bit more of a difficult fight. That's something going to give me drain life, siphon strength. I think we'll still just keep on going this way. We're going to end up with a couple of death shards. New technology. We now have sorcery. We can now get an alchemist. Sorry, no, that's a building, isn't it? Adds growth and healing potions to the city shop. Okay. Yeah, so we can get the bound Harrigan now. Harridan. So we'll continue our research. Hi Quark, how are you going? So yeah, he's took a bit of damage there. It'll take him a little bit of time just to heal up. Death Ward Scroll. So, Renan has now leveled up as well. Now, Renan we were going to do as a mage. I think ultimately we'll end up with them fighting with the groups. There's 2 pioneer groups there. That's interesting. Now, actually, I'm just wondering, what about if we tried to capture this thing? It's level 11. Let's just do a quick save and just see how we go. We have the studded collar. Well, we won't do that. We will not do that, so we'll load that one back in again. It was worth a try. I wonder how we can reduce its resistance. Do a quick save here. Begin saying he resisted, so it's at least it's not immune to it. I'll try that for an hour. Yeah, it'd be good to get hold of it. I'll do another. I'll try one more time. I'll just do this attack here first. So if we can kill her off. So that's an enemy hero. Like we can't recruit them, so they're of no use to us. There's more and more forces down this way as well. Again, this is a nice little area for us to try to get hold of different, like just to bring more pioneers in, which we don't actually have any at this stage. I can't get in there in one go, but I can do these. Add that one to the mix. Okay, we've got Wolf Party back over through there. And again, there's so much good stuff out here. It's just a matter of just building everything up slowly. Look at the building. Now, Blackstead is no longer growing. And I would like it to grow. It's only this. Well, it is level 3. Only more population to level 4. But it's capped because of the fertility. So we need to somehow get more growth in this particular city. I think it's time for us to start to train up different units. So we can now get Axemen. But the Sentinels, I think, have got, like, if we have a look at the difference between them, the Sentinels have got better attack, defense of 8, these have only got defense of 6. Hit points are much better with the Sentinels. The initiative is slightly less than the Axemen. Yeah, the Sentinels, definitely go the Sentinels. So we'll go and they cost me 174 materials, which is fine. So we'll just go and train up some of those. Actually, we're still building a few more things. Death Altar and the Crystal Quarry, that's okay. Let's click on Done. Well, let's try this one more time. We'll just do a quick save here. I wonder if the I wonder if there's a way to reduce what they do. we'll just do it this one more time. Oh, we got it! Success! All right, so Renan has now got a pet Hergon. Very, very cool. That's great. So that's awesome. Choose a trait. Back in through here. So that actually now does make us quite strong. And we might as well start to use these armies to now go off and do other things. We no longer need them to protect that city as such. So choose a trait for Renan. Under mage, what do we have? We've got summon, so plus level 1 for summons. We can summon ice elementals in, so we ultimately going to be able to do a lot in through there. Prodigy, so plus 10 spell mastery and knowledge. This one here, in fact, both of these, we've got 15 experience there, 25 experience. Let's go this way. Just let's start to sort of really ramp up what they can then go and do. In the meantime, quick save here. Actually, what we might do is go back to that group. You've got no more movement there actually, so they're just stuck there. So Daggerod's saying, how's the game feeling? I played before the latest patch and felt like it still needs more time to bake, but it is worth the buy. Definitely worth the buy, and this is so much more polished than the previous beta. There's a lot more stuff in it, but also all those annoying things, which I thought that they would actually sort of patch and just bring out little patches through the course of that particular beta, but they didn't. They sort of they just patched them all up and then brought them out for this particular version. So we've sort of but it's quite polished. It's been very, very stable. A lot of the missing text has gone. I've found one or two that still aren't actually in there properly, but most of it is now in there. So I'm not noticing. Whereas before it was noticeable just how much stuff was missing, whereas now I don't notice it. And it's not just because I'm used to it. So it is now very, very good. So Shy Gamer is saying the text is very hard to read on my screen. Is that the same in game? Yes, it is. It is a problem. They're aware of that problem. They've been aware of that for a while. I think they may be working on that next or thereabouts. I know that they've done some work on it, but yes, it's not good. Not good at all at this stage. So we've got another experience. I'll just go and use that. Yeah, so there is actually a bit there. So yeah, like even these they're just clumsy the way it looks, like units, cities, etc. But there's a lot of the text is very, very hard to read. So that definitely does need to be fixed at some point. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Let's just save where we are and just auto battle this one. Okay, let's make sure everyone is actually safe. Yeah, that's another great wolf army. Do we take it on? I think we're sort of obliged to. It's a scout party for Ruvina. I'm glad that they've actually got a different name there. That's good. Like it's because that was another problem I had with the game, is that it didn't really do a lot. There's another one of these. This is what's it going to have in it? Why can't I select that? So it's a scout group. Let's attack this and see what we end up getting. I'll go to do a manual battle here. damage. We don't want that. Yeah, it's not a good position to be in. So I'll need to block that gap off. Only doing 2 damage there with the with that aspect. I think it's doable. Just that demon is susceptible. They move very quickly. Demon we don't want to lose. I want that to level up. So the Syndrome Demon, yeah, was like we want that to just get experience. So I'm just going to go and reload that one in as well. And we'll just try to see if we can actually do this one without the without losing that one. The editors are in the game now as well, like so you can actually start to now edit different things if you're wanting to build maps or build locations. So there's a lot of things that have been added in for this particular version. All right, let's try that again. I should be able to get out of this one unscathed. Ooh, a bit different this time. I'm going to set myself up. Oh, I only got 15 hit points. That's not really good enough. So what do we have? We've got Wither. Reduce the attack of the army by 3 unless they resist. These attacks are pretty damn strong. I mean, it will give me a little bit of survivability. Is there anything else we can do? That's 2 turns. These curses are going to be useful. Counter spell. Disrupts a spell an enemy unit is casting unless they resist. We're not going to do that one. I think we'll do Wither. Oh, it's us. It's us. That's good. Now I opened this up. This one's too weak. It's only got 8 hit points. I want him to just get experience and then level up. So we'll just pass back there. the dodge that we have in these units is very, very cool. So where is that? We've got the dodge of 22 is amazing. Good. Oops, he's been knocked over, but still got heaps of hit points. This one does have, yeah, no, it doesn't actually have any spells, so I'll just pass that one. It's trying to break through. Now stands up. It's funny, it's quite a strategic game, you know, for just with the placement and stuff. It is interesting. Been knocked over. One's down. Good. Close. This thing can't react just yet. Gone. Good. Okay, that was a good attack. So, Renan is now leveled up. I'm going to go and grab this one here just so I can get the Shadow Bolt. So this one does 6 damage and reducing their spell resistance by 5. So again, going to be very, very useful to get those sorts of spells, although that would have been good, but I think we'll just keep on doing it this way. They don't have any more movement that they can then go and make. Hopefully this thing doesn't take the loot that we've got. Now this den up through here, this is a big problem. Actually, it's moved off, that den. That is a real big problem. We may be able to use it with the escape that we have with some of the units. Like just go in, do some damage, try to kill something and then escape. And then just keep on coming back in. Okay, so Geddons, we'll just keep on building up. Treaty, yep, we'll open that one up as well. This is becoming more and more dangerous now. What have you just done? I'm going to load that one back in again. Sorry, guys. I've noticed that it does that a little bit. If you sort of on an angle and you hit on something, you think it's on the other side of the hill. Yep, I'll load that one in. Good to get out one of those collars actually and get more of these beasts. These are incredibly powerful. They're going to be useful for a long period of the game. So this time we go this way. That's better. And we've got a leather helm. He doesn't get it, but the queen does. Now I'm going to go and see if I can get back up into there. This is tricky. Let's just do another quick save here, and we'll see how we go with this particular attack. We're getting better and better with this army, but we need closed areas to be able to then go in. Again, it'd be good just to be able to sort of even just get a bit of an idea of what battlefield you're going to be playing on. This one here, we do actually have blocking points. There's 3 there, and we need to block this one off as well. So we move first, then comes the Great Wolf. So I'm going to move that one into here. Let's block these in. They're trying to sort of break their way through. The Great Wolf's the one that we're going to have to get rid of. One's down, that's good. Smashing our way through these. Okay, so as an assassin she's doing quite well. So she's leveled up again. So we have Nature's Call. Our mana is pretty solid. It's not too bad. Stone Skin, so target champion's defense is raised by 3, and Tremor. We also then have the death spell since we're here again as well. Let's look back in here. Is there anything else that we want? I don't think there is, you know. I think we're probably better off going for some of these spells now. What's that one there? Oh, Inner Radiance. So we can actually end up getting more of this. We don't need it just yet. Initiative, we're already sort of moving first anyway. I think we might go with the Shadow Bolt, just in case. I don't really need it though. Not on this character. So Grey Rock. Quick save here. Okay, this is interesting over. Oh God, I wish I sort of don't know why I can't click on the map. It's weird. Anyway. Okay, another one of these. Oh, it must be coming from the death altars. Okay, that's what it is. We're getting these from death altars. That one's full. They're back at home. Build on that one as well. And with our technology, we're still trying to get enchantment, which will give us some pretty powerful things. Actually, this will be nice. We should then be able to start to build mages for our armies. And actually, what I should have done up through here. Yeah, before I start to build these two, I'm going to change what we end up having through here. Getting research, we're getting meditation, we're getting enchanted hammers. Let's get rid of the meditation. And that just opens up one more slot. If we go back to what we have through here. Now, these weren't working properly last time. Order of Might. So all units trained in the city, a +1 defense per radiance. So we're going to be wanting to get that. Cast a spell. And what else was there with the spells? But Order of Might. Blood Sigil. Berserk Soul defending units and withers all attacking units. That's not what we need. Oppression. Yeah, we don't have enough, actually. I thought that we had other things we could then go and do. It's still a good one, that one. Nature's Bounty. Yeah, we've got our gold is fine, so let's actually ditch the gold for grain. Oh no, that's research. Look, I'll keep the research going. I don't think I've got to reset these. I might just do one, just double check that it's defense. It's only saying 8 there, but I think that it ends up with me being more. Well, we can't get that anymore. There's another Hergon infestation. So there's heaps of them around here. Yep, that's another big one. Forget that. Oh, another boy. There we are. Let's have a look and see how these are going. 33 seasons, so still got a fair way to go. Did we get through unscathed? No. No, we didn't actually anywhere. Okay, so we again that was a bad one because of the shaman. So I'm just going to go back in again and sorry guys, we're going to load in again. Yes. Quick save, load, and we'll play that one out manually. It's just hard difficulty, says Fistfire. Parts of it are, and parts of it aren't. The world is on challenging, I think, which is why we're seeing these infestations, and the units, the AI is hard as well. So the world is a bit more difficult than it should be. All right, let's try that again. So it's the shaman that we need to get rid of quickly. Geez, it already did coal stones right from the start. I thought there was a 2-turn attack. These archers are going to be a pain. Good, that one's down. Should have protected that one, actually. That was a mistake. Yep, yeah, that was a mistake. I think they should be able to fire if they're next to a melee unit. Pass there. I'll just see what happens with this guy. What he's got missing here. He's got minus 10% to dodge, which is actually a bad one for him. So I'm going to not play that one out. What I should have done there is, and I will just save Scum it again. I wish it was part of the what you could do here rather than having to go this long way around. But what I should have done was actually protected him right at the start and let the others fight it out. And as they were attacking each individual unit, like I let them have one attack and then I should defend. That will then give them a bit more survivability. So, Fishfire saying thanks, I might get it. It looks promising. I'm still trying to figure out the basics in Distant Worlds 2. This is much simpler. It's not a game that you have to have your brain switched on, if you know what I mean. Like, it's sort of one of these ones where you can actually just go and it's more of a role play game. Like, it feels more of like an adventure. Let's try one more of this and we'll just go in. See if we can get... Oh, this is different. So we're now attacking a town. This is the danger guy. Now, what else do we have? We've got Horrific Whale. I'll see how I go with it. These are all the different things we have. Yeah, it's so debilitating. Which then causes such problems for this unit. Like it's I'm then sort of stuck. Yeah, I think I might have to avoid this particular one. I don't think we can actually get through this one easily. We haven't been able to do enough damage here. Yeah, this is... Yeah, summons wildlings. This is too difficult, so I'm not going to do this one. We will go back out, so we'll load it in again and not play that one. So Taras is then saying, Daz, you're on on the Galciv stream page playing. Nice. So no discount on latest expansion pass. No, the yeah, okay. So it must be on the so yeah, one of my old videos, I guess. Now, oh geez, I have to get going. So I might just I'll move away from this location, but we might have a bit of a look around. I need to get stronger to come back in. I need bigger armies now. Wouldn't mind. I'll just see if I can find anything else down this way. Choose a trait. So she's now gone up again. Commander. I'll get her with more potential. I'll start that way. Now this one here, what do you need? Yep, so we can accept this one. This one's going to join us. So this one didn't require much at all to be able to recruit. So we've got Death Apprentice, Law Master, so we're getting more research. That's good. We'll accept that. Now we don't have any more slots available. So once we get enchantment, we'll have to do something a bit different. Just get her to have a bit of a look around. So that's the bottom of the map. Now we've cleared out most of the stuff here. The Great Wolf Den was a bit beyond us as well. Let's just move these back up. Gildan doesn't like us anymore. Okay. Well, we might have to start to move up and deal with them as well. I'm going to leave it here, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back again. I'll probably play it tomorrow, but I may also play a Dwarf Fortress. I'm not sure yet. I'll see how I go. Anyway, I'll catch you later.